Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
All right. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news.
Front page news. I ain't even tell y'all how Jess Hilarious was trying to cook sushi at the restaurant on Saturday. Because you know they bring the little things out that you can like fry your little pieces of meat on.
Right.
He's trying to fry the sushi on the
Yes, because it was raw.
Because it's supposed to be sushi.
Everything was raw.
It's sushi.
No, they was bringing out little slabs of raw
Sushi.
salmon. No, it was no rice and no, it wasn't wrapped up. I'm just saying sushi wrapped up.
He's trying to cook the tuna and salmon sushi.
And the guy was like, no, that's just for the lobster. Sir, excuse me. I'm move out the way because I'm about to put everything on here to cook it.
And that's what you did?
Yes, cooked a whole bunch of samples.
A bunch of samples. All right, over the week, let's start off with sports. Magic beat Cavaliers 112-89. The Thunder beat the Pelicans. Celtics beat the Heat. The Knicks beat the 76ers. Jalen Brunson went crazy, scored 47 points. He was going nuts. So 119-108, the Lakers beat the Nuggets. Clippers beat the Mavericks. The Pacers beat the Bucks. And the Timberwolves finished off the Suns. Ant went crazy as well. Now we got to jump right into Joe Biden. You think you guys are crazy. Joe Biden had a busy weekend, so you know he's tired.
Yeah, the White House Correspondents' Dinner this weekend.
Well, he started off with Friday with an interview with Howard Stern where he talked about a bunch of different things like abortion rights, the fact that he would love to debate Trump, and the fact that he had suicidal thoughts.
I used to sit there and think to myself, I'm just going to take out a bottle of scotch. We always had liquor in the house, in my house as well. And I was going to just drink it and get drunk, and I can never bring myself to do it. And I actually thought about, you don't have to be crazy to commit suicide. If you've been to the top of the mountain, you think it's never going to be there again, and just a brief moment, I thought maybe I'd just go to the Delaware Memorial Bridge and jump. But I had two kids. I mean, it wasn't, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like, I got to commit suicide. It was like, you've been to the top of the mountain, and it's never going to happen again.
You don't have to be crazy to commit suicide. He meant to say you don't have to be dealing with any type of mental health issues.
Right.
To want to commit suicide.
Right. Now, like you said, over the weekend also, that was Friday. Saturday was the annual Correspondents' Dinner, and Joe Biden, that's when he jokes, they joke, they have all the celebrities are there, they all laugh, ha, 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 ha. And this is how some of it went this weekend.
2024 elections in full swing. And yes, age is an issue. I'm a grown man running against a 6-year-old. Well, I feel great. I really feel great. I'm campaigning all over the country. Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. I've always done well in the original 13 colonies. Age is the only thing we have in common. My vice president actually endorses me. I had a great stretch since the State of the Union. Well, Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather. What the hell?
Boo! Get that man off the stage. Okay? There's nothing funny with what's going on in our world or in American government. So that's probably why I found none of that funny. But no, I probably didn't find any of it funny because it wasn't funny. Just wasn't.
All right. Well, that was your front page news. Now, next hour, we got to talk about one of the prosecutors in New York being pulled over. And she did something that I've never seen before in my life. First of all, she didn't pull over. She kept going till she got home. Then when she got home, she told the cop who she was and was like, basically, I'm going to prosecute this anyway. I'm going to let it go anyway, so you can give me the ticket if you want. Then she walks in the house. The cop is like, yo, you can't walk in the house.
Right.
What are you doing? But we'll talk about it next hour.
You're saying all this like she's not a white woman. Don't bury the lead.
Well,
okay.
The lead we're going to do next hour.
Jesus Christ.
Still, I don't even think any other person, even if you're a white woman, could walk in the house when the cop's chasing you.
Why are they talking to you? She's like, hold up, I'm thirsty. Let me get a water.
That's pretty much what she did.
If you're a white woman who's a district attorney, I believe you would press your luck like that.
Jesus.
No, we'll talk about it next hour. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Let us know how your weekend was. It was the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in sports, Magic beat the Cavaliers 112-89. They tied the series 2-2. Thunder beat the Pelicans 106-85. They lead 3-0 in that series. Celtics beat the Heat They lead the series 2-1. The Lakers beat the Nuggets over the weekend. Denver leads that series 3-1. The Knicks lead the series 3-1 over the 76ers. They beat the 76ers this weekend 97-92. After the game, Joel Embiid, he was pretty pissed off because he said the Philly arena sounded more like the Garden.
I've always had such great home court advantage here. How strange was it for you the past 2 games with the significant amount of Knicks fans in the house?
Disappointing. I love our fans. I think it's unfortunate, and I'm not calling them out, but it is disappointing. Obviously, you got a lot of Knicks fans, and they're down the road and never seen it. And I've been here for 10 years. Kind of me off.
Yeah, but New York right up the street, just like he said. And if the Knicks are winning, of course, the fan of the winning team is going to be louder than the fans of the losing team in any arena.
But not only that, it's probably cheaper to get tickets in Philly than it is the Garden.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's easier to drive, an hour and a half to go to Philly to watch the game.
I think it's just about the performance. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a team and you come out there and perform, your home crowd is going to be losing it. They're going to be making a lot of noise. But if you're a team and you coming out there and you not performing and you losing, your fans not going to be as loud.
But they were actually winning the majority of the game.
Well, they didn't win the game.
They did not. They did not. Now we got to talk about this DA, district attorney, who was he tried to pull her over for speeding. She didn't pull over. Actually got to her house. She was caught on camera calling the police officer an a-hole and a host of other things. We have the news report.
It's a traffic stop. I have the right to detain you until this is done.
Then just write me the ticket. I really don't care.
Can you please come over here? This is on a traffic stop, ma'am.
Yes, it is. You can call Dennis Kohlmeyer right now.
Okay, I'm telling you why I stopped you. You didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free, absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Leave me alone.
Officer Ciofalo. Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a legal traffic stop. Do you have your ID?
No, it's in my purse. You talk to Dennis.
Sir, I stopped her for going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
On Phillips Road.
And she failed to stop. She drove all the way back home and parked in her drive. And now she's not complaining.
She walked in the house.
Well, she's the district attorney.
That doesn't give it
who
that
should
right.
be disbarred.
I know that, but you're the same person on Friday who said some stupid stuff about presidents should be immune for crime, so shut up.
No, I said they shouldn't go to jail depending on the crime. And that's exactly what I said.
And that's dumb. But Sandra is the DA. That's her privilege and her power, not just white privilege and white power. She thinks because she knows the chief of police and can get him on the phone and say, here, you talk to your officers, she feels like she's above the law.
Well, the problem was she kept going. She did not stop. She did not. She should have been tackled. She should have been put in handcuffs, and she should have been patted down. That's what she should have been.
No.
She's doing too much.
She should have been tackled.
Yes, she should. If she's walking into a house and you're a police officer pulling somebody over, and she's walking into that house, you don't know what she's going in that house to get. Yes, she should have been tackled.
Oh yeah, if she's walking towards her house.
She walked in her house.
I didn't know she walked in her house.
And came back out.
Yeah, she walked in the house and came back out.
But she definitely called the chief of police. It's just an abuse of privilege and an abuse of power. Like, she's the district attorney, and she thinks because she knows the chief of police, she thinks she's above the law.
Okay, so nothing should happen to her, like disbarred or anything. Like,
nothing's going to happen to her. She got a ticket. She went to court. Nothing's going to happen to her.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know what should happen, but nothing's going to happen to her.
We gotta follow up on this story because.
Absolutely. Well, I think now the fact that it's all over the news,
That's
I think something
saying.
probably will happen.
If it gets a lot of pub,
absolutely.
Then
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I got her coming to the front of the congregation this morning, but I don't know what is supposed to happen to her in a situation like that, other than public embarrassment.
Well, she also said that, I think in the video, she said that I will probably get this case and I will try my own case myself. So.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
She's very cocky.
Yeah, she's very cocky.
Don't care about the law, obviously. None of that. Thinks she's above it. So, yeah. Hopefully this gets a lot of press.
And lastly, the college campus protests are going even more schools, where the fact that they're actually thinking about stopping some of these graduations because they don't want the problems or the students to actually get arrested. And we have a news report on that.
Tension spilling over at UCLA as protesters clash on campus. Across the country this weekend, hundreds arrested or detained for protesting on campuses, from Arizona to Missouri, where 80 people were arrested overnight at Washington University, some now released. At USC Saturday, the school's famed Trojan statue vandalized. And these images overnight show tactical police units surrounding the campus. They were later called off. That stand down despite students returning to the very same area on campus police cleared them from last week. All of this calling many to question the decisions colleges across the country are making about how to handle the protest.
Those kids not playing, but it's going to be very interesting come November when folks turn around and try to get those same kids to vote for the president they're currently protesting, which is President Joe Biden, because they're upset that President Joe Biden continues to fund, Israel's military for their actions against Gaza. So it's going to be very interesting to see y'all turn around and try to get those same kids to vote for President Biden in November.
And I heard a lot of people saying that they believe that there are not a lot of students that are protesting, that they believe it's some outside source that's actually pushing this and pushing the students to get arrested to make the president and make everybody look bad. I did read something about that as well.
I don't know. We was on campus, Clark Atlanta campus on Friday, and those students had a lot of strong opinions, and those weren't no paid actors that were with us.
Dead serious.
That's right. They had a
like
lot.
Either one. They ain't like.
They didn't like Trump or Biden, but they had a lot of strong opinions about what was going on and what's going on between Israel and Gaza. So those weren't no paid actors that we saw Friday.
Nope. All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, when we come back, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. How do you handle when people give you advice that aren't qualified to give you that advice? Now, this conversation comes from Jess was telling me a situation. You want to break it down?
Yeah, so my son just recently told me and his dad that he did not want to play sports or whatever, right? And, a couple family members and, friends was just like, nah, he need to play sports. Like, he need to play sports. And this is the thing. We're just now getting Ash to open up to be able to express his feelings, because we just found out that he was playing football because we wanted him to. Right. And he really didn't want to. He's into tech. He's into engineering. He's into software, building things and stuff like that. So when he told me that, a couple people, like, oh, nah, he got to do something. He got to do a sport. Like, nah, that's not, like, no, why is that always the go-to? And then this person ain't got no kids.
Right.
So it's like, how can you give me, that's like a single person giving marriage advice all the time. Which, by the way, I do. That's crazy. But I'm Jess With The Mess. I mean, I'm Jess Fix My Mess, so that's different. But I just hate that. Like, you have the audacity to tell me, to think that you can tell me about what my kid should be doing or how I should treat the situation, and you don't even have kids. Right. Like, you can't do that, and think I'm not supposed to feel some type of way.
Well, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. How do you handle when people give you advice that aren't necessarily qualified to give you that advice? Let's discuss. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.